Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Crash Course Metal Show. We got with us here our buddy again, Ryan VK. What's going on, my man?
Hey, thanks for having me back, dude. It's always great to be back in the casino. And I got to correct the record. I favor Lady over Honestly from last time.
Okay.
I was like, I'm going with the big one, the smooth one. Then I was like, I'm going to revisit. And I changed my opinion. So
Hey, now you speak my language here. I knew you wasn't gay.
I'm going back.
Okay, awesome.
And I listened to the Four Horsemen.
Okay, what'd you
Good
think?
shit. Good shit. Liked it. Yeah.
Very
Loved it.
nice.
Yep. So I kept my promise.
Good, good. We like to hear the update, like a kid coming in with homework done, making
Yeah,
sure
homework's
everything's
done.
being done.
I still got to listen to Temptation by Sweet FA again and refresh my memory though.
Okay, very fair because I actually forgot to do that as well. So yes, you are gonna give that's giving me something now to look
Cool.
forward to for the weekend here. So
Yeah.
yes, I am. I can't believe I forgot about doing that. Son of a bitch. Okay, all right. So hopefully we don't get that coming up here on the wheel today. So,
Yeah. Seriously.
but nonetheless, anything new on your end, Ryan?
Metal cast things are cooking. I told you last time. I think we're just writing songs for the new Metal Cast album. So, got a really good guitarist named Trevor, who I kind of just solicited through the Hair Metal Guru channel. Hey, any lead guitar players out there that want to put on some licks over the rhythm that Metal Mike creates? I'll send you some stuff. And this guy Trevor got back to me, and he's working out great. And he's a shredder, and super pumped to have him. And I've got a
Nice.
couple songs down, and Mike's doing his Christian metal project. So after that's done, he'll move back on to Metalcast. So yeah, it's great.
All right, looking forward to it, dude. Sounds like
Yeah.
things are still in motion. So very good.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice, nice. All right, so do you want to walk into the casino here? Are you ready? Right.
I'm ready, dude. I got my gambling shoes on. Let's do it.
All right, so well, I would say we walked out with a fair amount of positives last week. So
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
yeah, let's do it again here. Let's have
Yeah.
some fun.
Totally.
Okay, so we got Rox Gang's second album here, The Voodoo You Love. Ryan, tell me about it.
I didn't even know they had a second album. Um, and I'll tell you what, Rocks Gang is a weird one for me. Like if we're gonna talk about them as a band, like it was surprising when I first got that. I think I got the tape. I found the tape somewhere when I was a young man, and I was like, oh, judging by the cover art, this is gonna be good. And it was very, very different than I expected. So there's Choice Rocks Gang songs out there that I do like, but
Okay.
I'm not as passionate about them as some other people. And I didn't even know this album existed.
Okay. All right, so little backstory on this album. So basically, like I said, this is their second, but after that first album, it's like they kind of broke up. It became like Robbie, the bass player, he was kind of still around, but only here for like half of these songs on this album, The Voodoo You Love. A lot of the original lineup just did not make it through. Like a good amount of these songs for the second album here were written with the original lineup from the first album. And but as time went on, because this technically didn't get released till what was it, like 94, 95, something like that. So yes, way late
Yeah.
for any kind of sales or anything. And
Yeah.
actually the debut actually did decently in
Yeah.
as far as sales wise. Now I will say I am a uh Rox Gang fan. I do like
Mhm.
Rox Gang a lot. But yes, there are weak songs on the debut. Like Too Cool for School and Racing with the Devil, like that kind of shit. Yeah, that's pretty weak. But everything else, I'm a big fan, and I am actually a really big fan of this album
Oh,
because
okay.
they do work a little bit more on a bluesier side, but it's
Mhm.
not overbearing though, like a Heartbreak Station or anything, or like a Tangier Four Winds, nothing like
Okay.
that. But they do have some good stuff. Like Time Bomb was a music video and single off this. It reminds me of something that Rob Zombie could have done, or White Zombie at the time could have done, but way better. but
Dang.
more like our style of
Yeah.
metal. And I really would recommend you checking this out. It
Okay.
is a little different. Now, Kevin still sounds the same vocal wise and everything. Like everything
Yeah.
still kind of sounds the same, but it just, I think, because I bought both of them at the same time, both these first two albums, and I love them both, but they are different though. You can certainly tell that there is some time in between them, but
Yeah.
also that the time and also the direction, the change of direction a little bit just from the different musicians that Kevin brought in. Then.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, highly recommend Time Bomb, Hot Lana are like my two favorite songs. The ballad Silver Train.
Hmm.
You will love that song.
Okay.
I am gonna send that to you, and
That's cool. Yeah.
hopefully you're like, where was this all my life? So
Yeah.
definitely, maybe a little bit of homework here for you right from the start.
Yeah. Right off the bat. And it's funny you mentioned Tangier, and they're like, I love Tangier. I love those first two albums. Or
Mhm.
maybe the did they have like a sneaky debut album that nobody knows about?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And then they have the one with the yeah,
On
yeah.
the on like a
Yeah,
bigger label, yeah.
right. Yeah, I love that band, dude. So I'm all over the board. I could anyway. I'm sure I'll crank this too.
Good, good, good. Yeah, yeah. Definitely let me know what you think.
Yeah,
It's certainly one that is. I do gravitate towards the debut. I think more, but it's actually like closer than what people think for me.
okay.
So,
Yeah,
so take that for what you will. So
yeah,
let's see what our second choice or second spin gives us here, Ryan.
yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
interesting, interesting. Please talk to me a little bit about Bottom and the disregard for timekeeping.
yeah. I always really liked it. I remember it was one of the first kind of getting into this whole scene, and I was like, well, obviously I've heard a lot about Bonham, and there was the video that used to play on I don't know, like VH1 Classic and any like metal focused video channel
Hmm.
would play their song or the big single. What's
Wait
it
for
called?
you.
I'll wait for you. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wait for you. Um, but I actually really like this album. Off the top of my head, it's hard for me to remember the names of the songs and whatnot, or what I could point out and be like, oh, I love this one. I love this one. But I remember thinking this one, and I think the second album actually spoke to me as well. So
Hmm.
I'm stoked on these guys. And I believe the lead singer passed away, though. I mean,
Correct.
he's a pretty young dude, but yeah, I don't know much about him. But yeah, I like Bonham.
Yes. I would agree with. I agree with you. Like this album, I feel like should be better though. To your point though, it's nothing hateful. Like Guilty was the other single off
Yeah,
this music video, and that is actually really good. I do really. That's probably my favorite of the two singles. Wait for You's good. I do like that, but it does kind of get repetitive in spots.
yeah,
But I do like it. But to your point though, with the second album, I think it's called Mad Hater or Mad Hatter.
yeah, yeah.
Um, that actually really impressed me. I
Mhm.
I like that the second album way more than the debut here.
Cool. Yeah,
And yes, obviously Bonham is the son of John Bonham from Led Zeppelin. Jason, I think, is the son's name.
yeah.
And you would just this bothers me, Ryan. Let's we might have to go on a little rant right now. Why? Okay, so with Jason obviously being here, I'm surprised it didn't get bigger and
Yeah.
like pushed more, just based on that fact alone that it's John Bonham's son. Like, okay, let's milk this for all it's worth as far as
Oh
like
yeah.
a record company and stuff.
Yeah.
And even the vocalist here, he has a little bit of a Robert
Oh
Plant sound to
yeah.
him.
That wasn't an accident. Like
Right. Yes.
the
And
bushy, beautiful hair, the tall, skinny guy. Like is sounds vocally similar. Like yeah,
correct. And now, well, this is actually a fade of a second rant here right now that I gotta say since we brought that up. Do you I always hear the shit that Kingdom Come gets as sound
oh yeah,
like Led Zeppelin, but no
yeah.
one ever like talks about Bonham as like, oh yeah, Led Zeppelin. Now is it because it is Jason Bonham? Like, is that where like people are like, okay, I'll give it a pass because
Oh,
of
totally, totally. And they probably made no secret. Like I was listening to an interview with Rick Steyer on the Guru channel, and he was talking about how Lenny Wolf used to get super pissed at reporters about the similarities and the accusations, and he should have just been like, absolutely, I love Robert Plant. Like, why wouldn't you want to sound like him? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that would have been
Yes.
so much better than the controversy surrounding it.
Yeah, and so back to the original rant here. Now,
Yeah.
right. Why now when Led Zeppelin was talking about the reunions and stuff like that in the 90s and ever since, can someone tell me why that they wouldn't say, Jason, what like come play with us? You know, like for our like mini tours or whatever we do, our shows, like all of our live shows and stuff now. And even
Yeah.
if they did want to record stuff, studio stuff, Jason just sounds like that would have been the perfect thing. Like if you, I get the idea of a band not wanting to go on without an original member. I get that.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But there's no one better than literally the guy that died, son, being in the band and doing carrying that legacy. You know,
Yeah, I mean, he did a few, like he did like the one-off shows with them, but you're right.
correct.
Didn't he do the I think Phil Collins did Live Aid
Okay.
when they reunited, which was a train wreck for Led Zeppelin, which
Hmm.
I don't know if you ever seen that, but
I
it's
never seen that. No.
dude, I didn't know that it was like actually a recorded train wreck. Like people wrote about how terrible it was. And I was just like thumbing through some shit and I was like, oh, Zeppelin 85? Fuck yeah, I'll check it out.
Hmm.
And I was like, like what's going on, dude? Like it was noticeably bad.
Okay.
So then I read about it and they didn't rehearse. Plant was not practiced. It was bad.
Hmm.
But I don't think Bonham did that. But he has done the one-offs that when Zeppelin reforms, he has done it. But yes, why they didn't do a formal regrouping with Jason, I mean, it was a no-brainer, and it,
Hmm.
it never officially occurred.
Right. Yeah, because I do remember hearing about them doing like those one-off shows and stuff with like it's only like a handful
Yeah.
though throughout all
Yes.
the time, and unless Jason maybe just doesn't want to, like I mean that's a valid point too. Like maybe he just
Yeah.
doesn't want to, but I never heard that either. You know,
Well,
you don't hear either side really.
I know he was a train wreck for a while, and he cleaned up his act probably 20 years ago. And
Okay.
he's a lean, mean, sober machine now. So maybe that was part of it.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's just something. Every time I think about him, I'm like the potential that could have had just for even
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin. You know, like
Yeah.
I just think that was maybe an opportunity wasted.
Yep.
You know, when I think
Totally.
about that. So, all right. So yeah, definitely, I would say though I lean towards the second album for Bonham.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Be
Let's see what
fun
we
to
got here next. Ooh. Okay. So, Guru and Brian probably just came in their pants if they're watching this.
Ah.
Tell me about Lillian Axe's Poetic Justice, Brian.
Yeah, I got to clean up a little myself real quick.
Oh, okay. Oh,
No.
sorry. I didn't know you were that big of a fan of Lillian Axe either.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, their first three albums, like a lot of the bands out there, their first three, just timing wise, they seem to be the best. But anyway, this CD contains one of my favorite riffs of all time, and it is "She's My Salvation."
Yeah.
So I don't know what grabs me so much about that riff, but it's in there with like another one I can't get enough of is Slowpoke Music off Whitesnake's
Really?
Stick the
Okay.
Tongue.
Yeah.
Though I don't know what it is, but holy shit, do those two speak to me? I know it's super random to like compare. I'm not comparing. I'm just saying like. Anyway, She's My Salvation, but this is actually the first Lillian album that I bought because it was the only one I could find. Because at the time, the first two were out of print, and this was long before streaming. And this thing was in a used bin somewhere, and I was like, weird name, but those guys look like they probably rip.
Hmm.
And I was like, yeah. And so this is the one that I've owned the longest, so spent the most time with. But since I don't know, dude. If you held a gun to my head and said, "Give me your one, two, three," I don't know how I would rank the first three because I
That's
love it'd be tough. They're all so amazing.
fair, fair. Okay. And now I agree, or I'm in the same boat with you as far as this was my first Lillian Axe album. I never really got into Lillian Axe up until like a couple years ago, and they're still not my favorite. Like I
Mhm.
rarely visit them. I do have the debut all the way up until Psycho Schizophrenia,
Yeah,
and I just don't get there now. This album I will listen to though. This is the album out of all of them I will go and visit because I the first song I ever heard of Lillian Axe was Body Double. I do dig that song a lot.
I was
Um,
just singing that in my head when you said it, and I was gonna say that's the weirdest title. I still don't quite know what what the song is about.
yeah, I mean, but the like you said, the riffage is good. Like there's
Yeah,
good riffage all throughout this album. Like I said, this is the album that I do visit for Lillian Axe.
yeah,
I don't get there much, but this is it. Um, like you said, She's My Salvation, really good. The ballads on here are fine.
yeah,
Nothing I would say would make a top 50 for me, probably, but still listenable, still good.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. It's a good year. What, 1991, right? I think.
What? Yeah, I think I can't remember if it was one or two, but I don't. Doesn't matter. They're both
Okay, because
solid years.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure Psycho is what 94 or 93.
yeah,
See,
yeah. So you're probably right. This is probably 91.
okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So
They
I
still had it.
it's
They still had a chance.
yes, yes, yes. Sadly,
Yeah,
I mean, that's what we all think, and then
yeah.
obviously we get the rug totally pulled on us. Yes, I don't want to go on a rant on that again, but
No,
but no,
no.
but no, dude. Like, I like this. Like, even like the covers, like cool, kind of. Like it intrigues your interest.
Yeah,
For me anyway, I'm all right with this album. Like when
good.
people talk about Lillian X, I this will be what I grab.
Yeah,
And I try like hell to get into it because like it seems like everyone likes it, like on the
yeah,
YouTube world. And I try, and I'm like, I can only meet you guys halfway with this album and everything. Not
yeah,
that there's not like bad, not that there's like not good stuff on the other albums either, but just the replayability for me is just not there with Lillian X. So
I think part of it is they kind of like the darlings of suggestion if you don't know this genre very well because they're a little bit more cerebral. They had deeper lyrics. They had
right.
intricate parts. They weren't just singing about cars, chicks, booze, this and that, which I love.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, I love this too. And like some of their songs did slide right back into the good old party shit,
Hmm.
which is great. Um, but
More technical, I
yeah,
guess.
totally. And yeah, and like just the riffs they were creating and the way they were framing the songs and mapping them out was pretty impressive. And then that Fields of Yesterday album has always kind of intrigued me as well because it's like were these just cutting room floor songs from the heyday that didn't make the album? And you're like, dude, this could be like a best of. Like, are you kidding me? This song didn't make the album?
Yeah.
Like these were just laying around because damn well they weren't like, let's create some killer 1990 shit in 1990 whatever garbage year that shit came out. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so
Now,
it's
is that the album with like all the different colors on it with like the
yeah,
flowers and the trees and
yeah.
stuff? Right?
So
Okay, all right.
yeah, and it's kind of trips you out. Like, what's this going to be? This is going to be some like I can't remember what year it came out, but it was not an appealing year.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So you're
Right.
like, turned off by the year, and then you pop it in, and you're like, wait, was this recorded in 89 or 90? Like this is gold. This is amazing. It's like popping on Giant 3 from like
Ooh,
2001 and you're like this is going to
okay.
suck and you put it in and you're like whoa, this is the Forgotten Giant album that they should have released in 92 or something like that. So I'm still a little confused. It feels of yesterday because it's similar to like Def Leppard throwing away like I Want to Be Your Hero off of Hysteria, going like we have too many hits. We
Yeah.
don't need we don't need I Want to Be Your Hero, which is like a crown jewel.
So I want to look here and see where Fields. Okay, so Fields of Yesterday is from 1999,
Yeah.
and I did see this at a record store like a year or two ago, and I thought about picking it up. Maybe I should have because it was like decently priced, cheap. And I
Yeah,
was like, I'm like to the point, just not a Lillian Axe guy. And I'm like, 1999. There's a good chance this is just gonna let me down to begin
yeah,
with, and then double let down for the year.
yeah.
And so maybe I should have just picked it up just to say I have it. So, but it is on streaming there, you said?
I don't know. I can't
Okay.
remember, but it's very worth it because I got the CD years ago. Same
Okay.
thing. Like I thought it was gonna suck, and I was like, "What? My long lost favorite."
Okay. All right. So I will certainly keep that on the list here to look on
Yeah,
the streamings and check it out. So.
yeah,
Very cool, very cool. So there's if it was any other Lillian Axe, we probably would be in disagreement, but that is the album I will defend, you know.
cool,
So
very good. Ooh,
Okay,
ooh,
here we go. This is this is crazy because last night I released the headshots and hairspray,
uh-huh.
and someone commented on it and said about this album, Widowmaker, because it was on like a Metal Mail Time or something like from last year, and I said, hey, I picked this up, and I never ever like gave a review of it or anything like that
Mhm.
throughout this past year, and they were like, you should talk about this album more since you bought it like a year ago, and I said,
Yeah.
okay, I will. How things work out with the wheel, Ryan, I don't know,
Oh,
but
it,
this is
it's
Widowmaker's first album here. You
it's
have anything
it's
to say on it?
AI. It's AI is listening to you.
It
That's
is, dude. The algorithms. We are in the matrix, Ryan.
we are. We were in the Sweet FA Matrix last go round, and now we're in the Widowmaker Widow.
Yes,
But
yeah.
okay, so this album, absolute masterpiece.
Hmm.
I love it. And here's the weird thing: I don't really like Twisted Sister.
I agree.
I like Love Is for Suckers a lot. I
Mm,
actually really like that album.
me too.
Other than that, I don't ever go to Twisted Sister. Even like the deep cuts that could appeal, they're okay. But this album, so there's a guy named Ty Oliver, and Ty Oliver is a guitar player who plays in Powerman 5000 and the band Orgy, and
Okay.
he also has his own band called Ray Gun Romance. Now, Ty Oliver grew up in Santa Cruz with me here in California. And Ty is a little bit older than me, and he was putting together a band in like the probably 2000, 2001. And I was a squeaky little dipshit. I could sing for you, which I had no business because he was a master. And so he was like, dude, you got to check if you're a metal guy, who he was obsessed with Lillian Axe as well.
Okay.
And we used to go to the packaged concerts together, like Poison, Cinderella, Dawkins, those packaged tours back in the day when they first regrouped. And we were sitting in the front of the Shoreline Amphitheater in Mountain View, California, which is in the Bay Area. And he popped in Widowmaker.
Mm.
And I was like, oh my God, where has this been my whole life? Every song, the chorus was bigger and catchier and more amazing. And it's like, then you have Snot Nosed Kid and this and that. And I'm like, how could this be a cool title? And then boom. And it's just like, dude, D. Snyder can sing like this.
Oh yeah.
And it was Al Petrelli's the guitar player, if I recall. And it's just like, dude, I love this album. This was in my top 10 of 1992 with Metal Mike. I think it's 92, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it better be. Yeah. And it was like maybe smack dab in the middle, maybe been like 6 or 7 or something like that. But
Okay.
dude, this album is like up there with Unruly Child, Wild Side, Saints and Sinners, Heavy Bones, all that good shit. Love 1992, favorite year in metal, and this is another reason why.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Now I will agree. I wouldn't say masterpiece for me, but it is very good. Very good. I was highly impressed, and I am in the same camp as you. Is I do not like Twisted Sister. Overrated as a motherfucker. Like I do like Love Is for Suckers though. I'm with you on that. That's their best album. You want to talk about fucking bubblegum band? Like people want to throw Poison out there, ask for bubblegum, which yeah, I can agree with that. But don't look no further than the icon bubblegum band of Twisted Sister and 70s Kiss. But that's for a different story for a different time.
Your music's bad and you should feel bad.
So, but as far as this album goes, yes, 1992, There's a song on here that is awesome, and I think you know where I want to go with this.
Is
Blue for
it
You,
Blue for You?
the blues song. It's like
Dude,
it's like a just slow blues.
I'm
So
having a hard time remembering that one because I thought you were going to say Gone Bad.
okay, no, you know, this album is really good. Like most of these songs did make the iPod for me, like the cutting
Yeah.
room floor, and I do like it. I don't have or listen to the second album though.
No,
Um, I know it's not. It doesn't sound like this from what
no,
people have said.
no.
So I like this album though. Like if I'm listening to D. Snyder, which I don't do usually, it's
Yeah,
this. You know,
yeah,
it's gonna be this, and I am glad that it's in my collection.
yeah,
Because it is very hard to find. I don't even know if they did a reissue ever of
yeah. I
this.
don't know.
They might have recently, but yeah, I this is an album that I do like. I am with you. Just a little short of the masterpiece though. But I'm with
Yeah,
you though. All
yeah.
around though. Uh you know, calling for you, we are the dead, you finish up you are the heart or you're a heartbreaker, I think. And you got 12 tracks. Usually with 12 tracks on an album, I'm kind of like, there's probably some fluff here,
Yeah.
some dead tracks, and generally speaking, it's decently fine. Like I'm not really overly long. It is 50 minutes, I think. So, there's worse albums certainly on the Twisted Sister side than this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I highly recommend it. I do highly recommend. So yeah, I'm with you, man. Other than just short of a masterpiece, I'm with you on this. I agree totally.
Yeah. Good.
So, all right, good deal. That's an interesting one that a lot of people don't know about, but the people that do know about it love it.
Totally.
So, good deal. Good. Finally, I'm gonna have to talk about it anyway in the next hairspray and headshots. But I'm glad
Hmm.
I was able to at least touch on it here and
Yeah.
have someone else be able to touch on it too. So that's
Good.
cool. All right. So, ooh, very interesting
Whew.
here. This is Noisy Mama.
Yeah.
Do you have any familiarity with Noisy Mama?
I'm familiar.
Okay.
This was one of the albums that I picked up again when I was collecting everything I could to get into this genre in the used bin. It was
Mm-hmm.
like Tattoo Rodeo, Warrior Soul, Troubled Tribe, Noisy Mama, like that whole like minor leagues, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Almost made it.
Yeah. Yep.
Stuff like that. So I kind of they fall into that category. You know, they're like just below like the Roxy Blues and like those kind of bands that I really like
Yeah.
that I haven't I haven't gotten fully into because I bought the album used in like the late 90s, probably
Okay.
liked it, and honestly, I probably haven't revisited it since.
That's a good. I can totally see why, but I will say to your point of not being able to revisit it, even though it has an AC/DC vibe to it, you
Ooh.
don't really revisit it. I'm actually a little bit shocked that you don't
Yeah,
revisit it much.
it's not by choice.
Okay.
It's just simply like I haven't gotten around to it. But now that you put out the magic word ACDC, that's actually gone up in my homework stack to the top.
Okay, because there are songs on here that are totally AC/DC vibe.
Okay.
Um, because they had I'm trying to look here the tracks because like this is an album that I just don't remember all the tracks, but it
Yeah.
that does not take anything away from how good this album is. Because the single I think was Heart of Stone,
Okay.
and that's a really good single. Fun little video as well. Highly recommend checking that out. Daddy Long Legs is kind of fun. Million Miles. Now, the one that I'm thinking of as far as like a bluesy mid-tempo AC/DC, I think is Dirty Love.
Okay.
I think that's the song because I have it. I have the EP over here too because they released like some kind of like 4-track EP, but a good amount of those songs were on the album, so it wasn't like
Mm.
necessarily anything that they did before, unless it was just like some kind of like promo thing that came
Okay.
out before the album. I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure, but for the longest time, that's all I had was just that 4-song EP, and then I finally was able to find the full length album.
Hmm.
But yes, this is a very good album. Top 50? No, it's not. But for the fans like you, like AC/DC, yes, ch check it out again because there's AC/DC dripping all over the place here. You know, even
Sweet.
a little bit to the point of a Johnny Crash,
Okay.
but slightly more mellow
Okay.
throughout the albums, just slightly. Nothing like that will put you to sleep or anything. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think yeah, this will. I don't think you'll regret having this at the top of your homework list.
All
So,
right. Cool.
all right, good deal.
Yeah.
Definitely. I
For a
think
long time.
that they might have been a one and done. I don't. I honestly do not remember seeing, reading, or hearing anything about a second album. So.
Right. Right.
All right. So we got here an album that is totally banned everywhere. You go
Yes.
online, physically, whatever. It's absolutely crazy. Which
Yeah.
the story about why it's banned is absolutely crazy as well. Which I kind of understand. So Ryan, talk to me a little bit about the debut of Badlands.
So you'll have to remind me of the story. I know there's some label issues and some personal issues with that one, but in terms of my opinion of this, I'm sorry, everyone out there. I don't love it.
Okay.
Everybody loves it, apparently, except for me.
Okay.
Um, the riffs are pretty freaking good. You can't deny those. I've never been a fan of the singer. And
Mm,
it is weird because he's touted as like one of the best of all time. But I don't know what it is. I've never been a huge fan. I've given it ample fair shakes and I own the first two CDs,
okay.
but I've just never really gotten into them and I'm gonna hang for that one. I'm whatever.
You're not you're not gonna hang by my hands because I will meet you halfway on
Okay.
that as far as I visit the second album, Voodoo Highway, way more than the debut.
Okay.
So I know some people might find that blasphemous too,
Mhm.
but like I like Badlands, but as much as I talk about the blues and shit, you think I would talk more about Badlands, but to me, I'm not going as far as you, but they're not my favorite band either, you know.
Yeah.
So, but the singles off this are absolutely great. You know, Dreams in the
Yeah.
Dark. The
Yeah.
first track, High Wire, or no, High
High
Wire.
wire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a. I there for about a year or two. That was like one of the top 10 songs that I would play in a span of like a year. So
Yeah.
very good. Um, but yeah, there's just like some of the deep tracks just don't get there for me. But Voodoo Highway is just where I go. You know, when I want to listen to Badlands, I'll just put Voodoo Highway on. So, as far as the story as to why you can't find these albums anywhere anymore, is that Ray, the singer, he basically had AIDS and he knew about it and he was still out there banging chicks.
Mm.
So, and that's basically he got in trouble basically for that, rightfully so. And the record label just said no, we like no one touches this album because of that. It's just like I guess more so bad like bad juju, I guess, more so than someone not being able to get the rights. Like I don't know
Mm.
exactly in that detail like what is the issue, but
Mhm.
it all comes down basically to what Ray did. And
Yeah.
even Jake E. Lee says, I had no idea why we can't, reissue this album. Yeah, I don't. If you don't know, then I don't know if really anyone on Earth will know. Quite
Right.
honestly.
Exactly.
So yes,
Dang. That's heavy.
it is. It is. It's very, very fucked up.
Yeah.
And you do look at Ray a lot differently,
Yeah.
because of that.
Yeah.
But obviously, you don't. You try to keep the music and the person separate,
Right. It's
and
tough to do sometimes.
it is. It is tough to do, and I don't know if maybe in the back of my mind that's kind of why I just don't like Badlands that much. I don't know, but even when I listen to this album, I'm like, there's just not much deep. Like I'll rather go to Graveyard Train or the London Choir Boys or Tangier or something. Like
Mhm.
within the same like the same kind of subgenre. So
Yeah.
I just don't get there with Badlands. Not as far as you now, but I just don't. I get the love because there's everything to love here on this album. Or like as far as the pieces, like Jake Ely, Ray, like even uh the drummer,
Oh
Eric
yeah,
Carr,
yeah,
um, who ends up going to Kiss, joining Kiss after this.
yeah,
Once, or sorry, Eric Singer goes to
See,
Kiss, and Eric Carr after Eric Carr dies
yeah,
in Kiss.
yeah.
Got my Eric's mixed up there, but yes, Eric Carr is the man. So I will just say that here on the record, Eric Carr is absolutely awesome. He's what
Yeah,
saved Kiss in the '80s. So
yeah, he is
say
killer.
I'll say that right here, right now.
Yeah,
But maybe that's also I don't know because I think maybe is that why I like the second album, but I don't think you know Eric had that much of a big deal on why I would not like this album more than Voodoo Highway. I don't know. We could talk here all day about Badlands and why
yeah.
we don't like Badlands or whatever, but there is a lot of love for him out there, a lot of
Oh yeah,
underground love now, and
totally.
very very strange. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not choosing my words correctly. It's not
Yeah,
strange, It's just that we just don't. It's
yeah,
it's just not a top 50 band for me, I guess.
yeah.
Although Voodoo Highway, I will say, was on the outskirts of my top 50 hair metal albums, but it did not make it.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about a damn good album here.
Yeah,
That I don't think anyone can talk shit on, quite
no,
honestly.
no.
And this is Bangalore's On Target debut album.
Love it, love it. Angel in Black, I always
Mm,
thought was theirs, and it was an autograph song that they gave to these guys basically, and these guys knocked it out of the park.
really?
Loaded
Okay.
Gun.
You said autograph.
Yep, yeah, it
Okay.
came out on their, I believe their '97 release, and it was like a bunch of unreleased stuff that they'd done,
Leftover
which is a
stuff.
great album.
Okay.
So yeah, they wrote it, but Bangalore knocked it out of the park. And as for David Reese, that's the only Accept album that I routinely crank because Udo doesn't exactly do it for me. And
Okay.
I've said it before, like if Accept had a different vocalist, Accept would be up there with AC/DC because
Okay.
their musicianship is so amazing. But Udo is just too much for me. But back to David Reese, he rules. And then he came out with like Tango Down years later,
Right.
and it rules. Like the guy's got such a beast of a voice. He's a total stud. Love this album.
I am in agreement with you. 100%. This album did make my top 50 as well. It rightfully anyone that listens to this album and does not like it, I don't get it. Now, you
Yeah.
can argue as time goes on, David Reese's vocal kind of has like a very similar sound throughout the last like couple, maybe decade or two. You could argue that, but as far as this album, like standalone album here, look the fuck out, man. Like you want to talk about one of the best songs, like literally a top 50 hair metal song of all time, maybe even higher, is Loaded Gun.
Oh yeah.
That's a yes, 1992. Get fucked. I get it. I get it. Okay. It's not going to go anywhere. So, but man, every time that song comes on, I just cannot not listen to it.
No, I
Like,
know.
you can't skip it. You just can't, no matter how many times you listen to it. And I've listened to it quite a fair amount of times the last 3 to 4
Yeah.
years. And you just cannot get tired of that song. Absolutely amazing. The
Oh yeah.
ballads on here are really good too. Oh my gosh. What is it? The Good Die Young, I think, is one of them.
Hmm.
Uh Man, they're this album, man. Like, yes, the others like that came out after, like in the mid to late '90s or late '90s to early 2000s. I think he
Hmm.
released two during that time. They're fine. There's like a couple songs on there that are good, but obviously you're not gonna touch this.
No.
It don't matter what you do. You could put out a damn good follow up, but it's still not gonna touch this more
Yeah.
times than not.
Yep.
And that is one of the things that sucks when you release something as great and monumental as this album. No matter what you do, nothing's ever going to live up to it. More
No.
probably. So, God,
Agreed.
yeah. Anything else you want to talk about? Like Jared Leto was even in the fucking music video for Loaded Gun. Like,
That's right. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say the music video was really cool, and they had like some budget. Like just look at the back cover Like
Hmm.
they all look well to do, and there's like an airplane, and there's the video looks like it was decent budget too. Like they had some momentum, dude, and it was just the wrong time, as a
Yeah,
lot of things ran
I re
into.
I remember David Reese telling me like even Bon Jovi did backing vocals for one of these songs for him. Um,
Damn.
I'm trying to think which one it is. Alda Nova, Bon Jovi helped write some of these songs and did like backing vocals and stuff. And even Max Norum from Europe fame and
Mm,
such
mm.
produced this album. So there was star power here. Because even like David Reese told me, like it was early, like 1992, or and obviously when they're doing this album, it's like 91. So
Yeah.
like they felt good about the backing, to your point, and like marketing and like just people behind them. And then obviously, once again, I'm going to say it here: 1992, get fucked.
Fuck me, right?
Yeah.
No matter what you do, you could put out the greatest album in hair metal history, which is Wild Side Under the Influence, and
I
still
know.
no one gives a shit with Eddie Van Halen. So no
I
one,
know.
no one gives a shit.
Crazy. Crazy.
It is absolutely. So yes, I just had to say a little bit of my piece there for Bangalore Choir. Whenever I get a chance, we got to. I just got to like scream from the rooftops about this album.
Good. Deserved.
Good. So did you listen to the new one actually? The new Bangalore.
I did. I listened to some of it. It was, from what I recall, probably pretty true to form, like the most true to form towards the first album,
Correct.
I think.
Yeah, like Bullet Train, I think. I remember that song. That was like one of the
Yeah.
singles. That was fine. I do need to I only listened to it like once or twice, so I do need to like revisit it again, but it was
Mhm.
fine for what it is. Like it was probably better than the couple releases after the debut. And he did try to keep it more true to form. Obviously, it's not going to sound like On
Yeah.
Target, you know. Like I'm not
Yeah.
that naive, but it was fair. It was very fair though.
Yes.
So, all right. So we have here for our next choice or for our next album is House of Lords, the debut. Talk to me, Ryan.
I'm obsessed with House of Lords.
Okay, wait. Before you say anything else, which album?
The first three.
Okay, all right, all right.
Now they've come out with 400 since, and
With 400 members, but yeah.
yes, and I actually do like most of the new stuff.
Okay.
It's not this stuff, but it's pretty close. But I will say this: Sahara is probably, I'll just give it like top 7 albums of all time for me.
Sahara, really?
Sahara, yes.
Really?
Yeah, so I'd probably go like Sahara, self-titled, maybe James Christian's first solo album, Rude Awakening, then Demons Down. That James Christian solo album is unbelievable. Rude Awakening. It's just like House of Lords. But in terms of this album, you'd think that they were going to be humongous the way they had the backing, the classy rock look. You know, they were going for that classy thing, and
Brittany Fox debut look, kinda.
yeah, exactly. And just all about it, even the videos were, shadowy women and pillars and columns and grandiose this and that, and Gene Simmons, blah blah blah.
Oh
And then you
God,
had
yeah.
Jafria, like Jafria
That's the
seemed
issue right there. That is
I
probably
know it's kind of the common denominator, huh? But Jafria, like he brought some momentum into this band as well, obviously. And
Mhm.
dude, I just want to be loved. Oh God, what a song! I don't care that it's a single. That's one of those songs you're just like, dude, this is an epic. Under Blue Skies, love it. I mean, dude, I can wrap off like the track listing of Sahara like right now and be
Okay.
like hit. There's probably like 2 songs on the end of Sahara that I'm like, they're okay, but they're not, they're only like 7 out of 10 versus like 10 out of 10s.
Okay, yeah.
This album, I love it. I mean, I'm everything James Christian, he can sing the phone book and I'll listen.
I would agree. Like House of Lords, I do like, but it's just a band that I just don't get to.
Mhm.
Although I am 100% in agreement that when I do visit House of Lords, it is Sahara.
Yeah.
Sahara impressed me a couple years ago when I found the CD somewhere. I forget where it was, but I'm glad I have it in the collection. Kind of like similar to the Lillian Axe, but I do like House of Lords better than the Lillian Axe. Uh,
Uh-huh.
but
I do too. I would say yes to
okay.
that.
All right. All right. Well, I would say if you have one of their albums as a top seven. Okay, so let me ask you this now. This is a different question. So you have House of Lords of Hair as a top seven. Do you have any Lillian Axe in your top seven?
No,
Okay, so all right,
no.
so then I kind of know where you're at then,
Right.
as far as ranking House of Lords, and it's pretty high. so,
Yeah.
but no, I do like a lot on Sahara as well. That ballad, the one that was a single.
Remember my name.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is damn good. I
Yeah.
actually, I would love to listen to that right now. Actually, like I actually don't get to that song for some reason. It's on like a lot of playlists, but for some reason it just doesn't get played that much.
Yeah.
Sadly, but I love that song. Very good ballad.
The weird thing is none of the first three aren't streaming, just like
Really?
Badlands. Yeah, and it's like they have like an anthology on like Spotify,
Okay.
but I believe it might even be like a bunch of re-records too, which is, I'm always like, get out of my no.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
ain't
yeah.
gonna
That
be
that that's
in.
certainly like trying to have a party, but your parents are upstairs. Like it's just not gonna work. It's just not
Yeah,
gonna work for me. But no,
exactly.
but I do have this on vinyl, the debut, and I
Oh,
have the
cool.
second on CD. So I don't have the third and the solo. So
Oh,
that is going to be my homework. Is the solo album that you mentioned on streaming by any chance that you can
no, I
remember?
don't think it is.
Okay.
I think just his like latter
Okay.
releases are, but it's called Rude Awakening. It's from '94,
Okay.
and it's you're gonna be stoked. It's very House of Lords.
So that is my homework then for this week.
Yeah,
Check out
and
that album.
yeah, and that third one, Demons Down,
Okay.
is
Yeah.
is people kind of shit on it for a minute there, but it's right on par, dude. It's really sharp. It's a good one.
You know what year that came out?
92, I think.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Yeah,
yeah.
Sahara was 90.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
All right. Very interesting. So I do have some things to look into here
yeah.
now. So awesome. Awesome. But yeah, as far as the debut goes, it's good because I do remember like I played it a couple times on like the record player and stuff. I like it, but it's just
Yeah.
okay. When I put it on the iPod, I just never went back to it then. So
I see.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just what it is. But good album though, nonetheless. I like it. I will visit it more
Yeah.
than Eddie Twisted Sister album. So
Yeah, totally. Yep.
all right, so we do have here Kingdom Come. Is this their third album?
Second.
Second. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
As much as I do like Kingdom Come, I just I don't ever like get to like one album other than Hands of Time or
Wow.
the debut. I mean, I do get to the debut, but that's just kind of like by default because for some
Yeah.
reason it's always like around here. But
Yeah.
Hands of Time, though, yes, I do enjoy that album. But there's
Wow.
stuff on,
Dude, I
yeah,
have that, and I like never. I've had it for 25 years, and I've like never gotten into it. Not because I don't like it, because I've just never given it the time.
yeah,
Actually.
okay,
So,
interesting. Now, it is way more melodic
mm,
than the albums before, I would say. Man, yeah, I would certainly say that. But it's good
cool.
though,
Yeah,
obviously, and still good within the same time frame, like 91 or so, 92. So
perfect.
very good. But talk to me about this album if you can.
Yeah, I mean, this one as it stands now is my favorite. I actually prefer this over the debut.
Mm,
Um, I like the debut, and I like Kingdom Come a lot. I think this is the first one I got. I got it on tape
okay.
in like towards the end of high school, and I was like, "Ooh, this is cool. This is like a 80s Zeppelin, obviously, you know." And at the time I was probably more gravitating towards, the 70s, 80s, early 80s stuff. I hadn't really realized how killer the early 90s could be.
Hmm.
Uh, but so I got this one first, but there's a song, and I'm just going to look at the track listing real quick, and it almost starts off like it sounds like it's the middle of the song. And
Okay.
it's like It's like the first or second, or it's like the second or third song. One second. Let me see. Who do you love? Yeah. Who do you love?
Oh, that's one of
Yes.
my favorite Kingdom Come songs, actually. Like
Yeah. It's so
any of them.
cool. God, the way it's mapped out. Oh my God. I love that song.
I 100% agree. That is one of my favorite Kingdom Come songs just in the whole catalog.
Yeah.
God, because like there's like the deep tracks on here because like the singles were "Do You Like It," which was a
Hmm.
decent music video as well.
Yeah.
That music video is kind
That's
of
right.
cool. Like everything's big and windy for some reason.
Yeah.
Like weird shit, but very cool.
Yeah. Totally.
And then you got "Overrated."
Yeah.
That's
That's right.
good. It's good, but I don't know if I would put that as a single though. Like
Mm,
it's not going to go anywhere if you throw that out as a single, and obviously it didn't really.
right.
But one of the deep tracks though on here is "Perfecto." I do
Mm,
like that song a lot. That's very.
yeah.
But yeah, I think where it's at for me though, like you said, is "Who Do You Love." Man, ever since I first heard that song and like I was probably even in middle school when I heard
Yeah.
that song. Because like I think my dad like had like a greatest hits or something, and that was
Mm,
on that before I
hmm.
actually like bought stuff. And man, I distinctly remember on the school bus listening to that song. So yeah, that song is one of my favorites from Kingdom Come. So,
Cool.
but as far as the album though, it's fine. But I'm probably visiting some other albums before this one from Kingdom Come.
I see. I'll have to check out In Hands of Time again because shit, yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's weird with Hands of Time because like there's not like one song that I could say you have to listen to this, but as like an overall album, I could probably play that whole thing and be absolutely fine with it.
Cool.
So it's weird because like there's albums like that where like if someone you want to show it to someone and they're like, okay, give me like one or two songs, and it's like I don't know what would be the songs that would make you want to listen to the whole album. That
Yeah.
might actually hurt the album. You listening to the album instead of just
Yeah.
letting it all play. So
Yeah.
that would be one album that falls into that category.
I
So
see.
all right, got some Kingdom Come in there. We're getting our Led Zeppelins.
I know.
We're
Yeah.
getting our Led Zeppelin thoughts out here tonight, I guess.
Totally.
Okay, okay. Apparently, for this or this Wheel of Hair here is we got some absolutely top of the tier genre albums here,
Hmm.
and we have some other stuff that we got ranting on. But please talk to me about this absolute masterpiece.
Masterpiece. Um, this is the blueprint of how to increase in your artistic expression, but maintain the old fans. Like, this is how you do it. Because I'm pretty sure this is most people's favorite Warrant album, if you're a super fan, like I'm sure you are and I am. So, again, the big three: Europe, Warrant, Winger, House of Lords, Danger Danger. They all have huge 3 albums in a row. And
Wait,
this
wait,
one,
wait, wait. Sorry, I had to stop you there. Did you
yes,
just say Europe is in your top five bands?
I was saying those are the bands that have a big three.
Okay, okay, all
I
right,
don't count that Out of This World, Prisoners in Paradise.
okay, all
A
right,
run of 3 albums that you're like, God, like these are so killer consistently.
all right. I'm on the same page with you here now. Okay,
But I love Europe, and Prisoners in Paradise is my favorite of their catalog. But
1,000%.
yeah, but this contains 3 songs in a row that I'll never get sick of. Hollywood,
Mm,
all my bridges are burning, and Quicksand.
really?
And they
Okay.
just and they just oh my God. But I love Bonfire. I actually like Hole in My Wall and Machine Gun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, dude, I mean, and those were the two that were like, ooh, like what do we got going here? But you know what I mean? Like they're different, but they're still killer.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like a shout, watch out. It was just like, okay, this is going to be very different from the previous two. But really, they weren't. They were just harder and still very melodic. So, I mean, I got nothing bad to say. This album is what bands in '92 should have been doing.
Yeah. Yeah, this is how, like, to your point, how you perfectly grow up.
Yeah,
Kinda is kind of like the best way I can kind of describe like what the atmosphere is of this album too.
yeah.
And like I said, 12 tracks, absolutely great all the way through. No real filler at all. Um, the closest thing to be filler for me would probably like Sad Teresa, but even that is awesome.
I know. I was gonna say like I still love that. It's
Yeah,
so weird. It's such a weird song, but it's like it's Janie and he
yeah. Well, and that goes to the point. A top three, top five
totally.
underrated songwriter
Oh God,
of
yeah.
of all of hair metal. But to your point of the three tracks in a row, very interesting. Interesting. I mean, it's hard. I mean, you could throw a dart anywhere on the three tracks here and you'll win.
Totally.
But I think I'm trying to think of mine here, where I would stand. I have to. Well, I'll just say this: April 2031, and Andy Warhol was right. You have to listen to those two songs back to back. You
Yeah,
have to. They are
yeah,
one song. I don't give a shit who disagrees with me. That is one song. It would have been better just putting it in a one song. It has the same feel. It has the same like doomer sound to it. Same doomer like
yeah.
writing and everything, like black pilling. Like, and to put that as your what two your three four track,
Dude, I
that's
know.
something that you should put in like near the end. Not because
Yeah,
it's not good, but just because like the emotion of it and everything. Uh
yeah.
Man, this is a great album, man. I just don't know how. I mean, I do know people that absolutely love Warrant, that I can have a conversation with Warrant just as good as anyone else. But they say they like Dog Eat Dog, they love it. But some people say Cherry Pie is their favorite, and I honestly like as much as probably like your normie would say that or would hear that and say, well, yeah,
Yeah.
obviously Cherry Pie is the best. I don't knock them for saying that either, though, because that is still a damn good album. But it's
Well,
not
dude,
this.
you got anything with Mr. Rainmaker on it is going to be in contention.
And you're the only hell your mom ever raised.
Oh my God, like the I would say the only spot in Cherry Pie that I don't listen to anymore is Train Train, which
Okay.
man, why didn't they put Thin Disguise on there? God. And in place of that, and I'm actually not really that big on Blind Faith. I've never
Oh,
really, yeah,
really?
that ballad has never really done it for me.
Interesting. Do you
I
think
know.
because it reminds you too much of I Saw Red? Do you think it feels like the same song a little bit?
You want to know why? It's because my first copy of Cherry Pie was a taped version off of
Mm.
something, either a tape to tape or a CD to tape, and it wasn't on there. So when I got the CD, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, skip." So
Okay.
that's why. So I
Wow.
wasn't used to it.
Ryan is letting out some dark secrets here, huh?
I know.
But yeah, I mean, it just goes to the point though of Warrant is just great. So like, if you say any of the first three albums are your favorite, I am not going to give you shit.
Oh yeah.
Although Doggy Dog is obviously the best.
Yeah,
but uh,
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
but man, yeah, this album, man, it's kind of a crime it only went gold,
Mhm.
which I'm glad it at least it did that,
Yeah.
thankfully. But I want to say another underrated ballad is "Let It Rain."
Oh,
Like
I love that
that
song.
ballad is amazing for
Oh, it
how
is.
for how simple it kind of is at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
time because it's not like the single on here, the Bitter Pill.
Mhm.
'Cause that's like just majestic and like all kinds of like maybe some technicals in there and stuff, like a lot of layers. And for as simple as like Let It Rain is, it's just as powerful in my
Yeah,
opinion. So God, I mean, I could talk about this album like all night as well, but
I know. I know.
well, I mean, I don't want to keep you here for 3 hours here, right? So,
Yeah.
all
Everybody
right.
should talk about that album.
Did you say your piece for Ward? Is that
I think
correct?
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I sure
And
as hell didn't.
oh man, they never get old.
I agree, man. Great stuff. Oh my.
Oh my God. Dude, I'm telling
I,
you,
dude, I think we
we're in
might
the
actually.
matrix. We're in the matrix.
We are gonna be here till for another 4 hours, guys. So grab something, pause this video because we're gonna be here for another 4 hours. So
Oh my God.
talk to me about this beauty of an album.
Dude, my only complaint is the weird album cover.
I agree. That's where I was gonna go first as well.
That's literally it. This album is so again, I when I did a 1992 list, I had Hardline first. Hardline will always be my like the kings of
Okay.
92 for me. But dude, this album, oh my God, like a beast, a masterpiece, not a song you skip. They have rippers, they have mid tempos, they have ballads, they have deep cuts that should have been top 10 singles. They have ballads on the backside of it that should have been a hit. I mean, dude, Drew, Hannah slash Rose, his just he just opens his mouth and that freaking mountain lion roar comes out, and you're just like, oh, dude. I mean, everything about this album screams everybody needed to be Saints and Sinners, Wild Side, Heavy Bones, Hardline, Dog Eat Dog in 1992.
Mhm.
That is where the epitome of melodic hard rock peaked, in my opinion. And this was a perfect example of that.
Yep. I agree. Now, where does this go for you as far as saying, like, give me the album that describes hair metal, or like that is the best of all of them? All of them. What is
Oh,
the
gee.
best? Do you have an answer for that? I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot with that, but
Um,
the actual question is, where does this album rank in that kind of like a top three, top five?
yeah, I mean, like a few heavy hitters come to mind, like Whitesnake 87 is
Really?
like
Okay.
a blueprint of mine.
Wow. Okay.
If you want to call Def Leppard hair metal, Hysteria is a blueprint for that. Now, I kind of separate all my 1992 favorites out of it because they were just different. They were kind of in a league of their own. So like my if I'm going 92 only, this is number 2 right behind Hardline, and really nothing
Okay.
tops Double Eclipse of like melodic hard rock for me.
Okay.
But this is like it would probably be like Unruly Child, Saints and Sinners, Wild Side, Hardline. Like that is just those albums to me are just like amazing albums. But again, this is where it should have ended. Like we peaked as a society in melodic metal, and
Yeah.
it should have just stopped right there.
Yeah. Well, it kind of did stop, sadly. But
Yeah,
yeah, but I know your point that we would be living in such great abundance right
I
now
know.
if you know, these albums got their due.
Yep.
Yeah, this to there's nothing on this album that I would change.
Right.
Nothing. And I'm a retard. But there's nothing I would change in this album except the album cover. That is
Yeah.
a thing that would deter, but when you turn the album cover over, there's a picture of the band and
Yeah. And they're
badass.
killed. Yeah,
Yes.
they're super
Uh,
badass.
but still though, this is just not where I want this album to this album cover to be.
Yeah.
That's like the really only weakness other than Eddie Van Halen and the band dragging their feet on the release of this and recording it.
Yeah.
But other than those two things, there's nothing you could really do. Change, from this how great this album is. But yeah, this is pretty much head and shoulders over a lot of albums. I've been with this album since I was like 14 years old, 15. And man, there's not many albums that do get better over time to this extent.
Right.
Yes, there are always albums that get better for you over time, but to this extent, it's like God, I don't. There's really no words to describe this album. Really,
There
honestly,
you go.
now to your point, I do kind of agree with you where you do the cutoff line of like 89, and then 90 to 93, 94 is another kind of life and aura of its
Yeah.
own within hair metal.
Yeah.
But when you do combine the two, it's like it is one, two, three. It has to be in 1, 2, 3, no matter if you put all 10, 15 years of hair metal
Dude.
in. in together.
For
Yeah,
real.
you
Oh
have
yeah,
to. You just have
I
to.
I don't disagree there. Now,
Okay.
have you ever seen Thunder and Mud?
No.
Dude, so Thunder and Mud was this crazy late 80s, it was probably like 89 or 90, and it was like the most B-rated documentary of like mud wrestlers, comedians slash like announcers, hosts, and musicians. And it was like an audience that had a judging panel. And
Okay.
in the judging panel was like Nadar DePriest and
Oh,
like a
okay.
few other guys that are notable. And they would rank the bands that perform, and then there was mud wrestlers. So the very notable performances is Young Guns,
Mm,
Wildside, formerly Young Guns, did
yep.
that song Dance Swing.
Okay.
And it's so Dance Swing, I believe, is the title of the song. And it's on like the Wildside Lost Years or whatever those albums are
Okay.
called that were released like in the late or the early 2000s, I think. So they performed under the name Young Guns.
Hmm.
So you'll have to look this up. I have the VHS of Thunder and Mud,
Okay.
and Tough performs Good Guys Wear Black, and it rips. And at one point, Stevie Rochelle's like oiling up a stripper or a mud wrestler chick in the backstage, and he's just like hands on her ass, and it's so killer. And then a band called Grave Danger, who I don't think went anywhere or did anything, but they have a song called Hellraiser on there that's like mind-blowingly good. And the singer's kind of like this jack dude, and
Mm,
he does a standing flip at the end of the song. And you're like, who the fuck are these guys? And so you gotta find Thunder and Mud. It's probably on YouTube and it's early Wildside and it fucking shreds.
okay. All right. There's
Yeah.
another homework assignment I gotta do now. But yes, to the Young Guns point, I do have the thing that Stevie Rochelle released.
Yeah.
It's like with Angora, John Corabi,
Hmm.
uh, and Young Guns, and there was like some other bands too, like that were like demos or whatever,
Yeah.
unreleased stuff or what have you. And those three songs on that compilation are good,
Yeah. Oh,
obviously,
yeah. Totally.
and yes, but like to the point of the ballads, there's like three ballads on here that are
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you want to talk? Okay, I'm gonna ask you a serious question here. Where or name me another album with the last two tracks that are as good as the last two tracks on here, which is Clock Strikes is
Yep.
number
Clocks.
12,
Uh-huh.
and 11 is Kiss This Love Goodbye.
Yeah. So those two, dude. Oh my God.
I,
I ignored those for so many years because I was so hooked on like the hits or like the first eight or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
And I was like, how can it get any better than Monkey See, Monkey Do, and Lad and Sin and all this shit? And and then I realized how amazing those last few songs were, and I was like, oh, I've been like ignoring these? Like these are like the gods of wars and the run riots of my like the children of the night. Like what is going
The
on? Why?
best of the album.
Yeah, crazy. So I love them.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't think I could come up with especially on a 12 track album yet. A
Yeah,
12 track, Yeah, you might be able to pull an 8 track out of your ass, or a 10 track out of your ass, but
yep.
12 and the last two tracks are stronger than anything else on the record.
Oh, I know.
And that obviously, like we're saying, that's not a slight on the rest of the record either. Like, bad
What
God.
there is some controversy with Monkey See, Monkey Do. I don't think it's on like a streaming of this album. And that was like probably my favorite song on the CD. And
Mhm.
then I remember we did like something on the Hair Metal Guru channel with can't remember what it was regarding this album, but oh, it was like a versus. It was like Wildside versus another band. I can't remember what the other band was. And we just went like song by song.
Mhm.
I think it may have been Skid Row self-titled.
Okay.
And I think, and I was like looking because my CDs are like put away, in storage more or less, and I
Mhm.
rely on streaming. And so I was looking at Spotify track listing, and then I was like, oh shit, Monkey See, Monkey Do. Like probably my favorite song on the album is not streaming. And then during one of the interviews with Drew Rose, I believe he touched on why, and there was maybe some songwriter credit
Uh,
issues or something like that.
okay. Interesting. So that
Yeah.
is your favorite song on the album then?
Oh gosh, it might be, dude. It's one of
Okay.
my. It's like the can't stand the heartache of this album.
I am not going to give anyone shit for saying any of these songs are their favorite on the album because each track deserves to
I
be
know,
loved. Like,
I know, but then I say that, and then I'm just playing other ones in my head, and I'm like,
yeah,
"Love You Stand." I'm like, "Oh, how can I?" Even like, the hit, like "Hang On Lucy" or whatever. Anyway,
yeah,
so
yeah. And even to the another song that is totally different than anything else on the album is "Lad and Sin." Like that is
totally.
a dark, heavy song.
Oh, it's
Like,
so good.
God, the
Dude, how about the very ending, the da-na-na-na, 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 and
uh,
you're like,
just
"Where'd this riff come from?"
Yeah,
This is
just the lead up of it with that acoustic, like evil acoustic intro
yeah,
type stuff, or in the background, and it's like Wildside's doing like evil shit here. Like, what's going on? Like, this is
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
This sounds good. Like,
yeah.
the closest thing like that keeps coming to my mind right now that I can kind of compare this album to, with like, there's a heavy song, there's good ballad, like there's not much weakness, and there's a lot of variety. XYZ is Hungry.
Mm,
You think like
totally.
is that kind of a good?
Oh,
Now, as much
it's
as I
it's
love
it's
Hungry,
it's
I don't.
crunchy. It's amazing.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right. We got to move on from this because I'm gonna be talk. We're gonna be talking about this album forever. People have to listen to that album.
Oh, I hope. Yeah,
If you listen to hair metal at all and you never heard that album, I, you just gotta leave. I don't
totally.
have I don't know what I can tell you other
I
than
know.
listen to it right now. Now, before we get to the scream here, I want to say this before I get any darker over here on my side. Do you like my Mike Tramp poster behind me here?
Oh, dude, it's killer.
I pulled it
Obviously,
out
yeah,
just for
yeah.
you. I pulled it
Thank
out.
you. Yeah, no wonder I was feeling a little light in the
You've been,
light in the
yeah,
lower.
you're smiling a lot today. So
I was blushing. I was doing a lot,
yes,
a lot of
I
this with my hand.
I took notice, man. I seen your teeth a lot more. You're smiling more.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah.
All right.
Trying
I
to
like
get
to be a
Mike's.
help.
I'm trying to get Mike's attention. So thank you.
All right, brother. So can you talk to me about John Corabi's The Scream here?
Yeah, this is the only band he's ever been in, right?
Well, I will say, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that either because this is
Right. Right.
absolutely amazing. So, but
You
yeah,
know, that's the thing is, here's the weird thing, dude. I'm probably one of 10 people, or one of, let's see, how do I phrase this? Probably like in the top 10 weirdest um of when I purchased my Karabi things. Like I
Mm,
got the Scream well before I got 94,
okay, that makes
because I
sense.
was I was like Motley 94 with a different singer, like that ain't me. And I had found the Scream used somewhere, and I was like, "Oh, this album rips. This singer's killer." And I love the album, to be honest. And I when it first the first song is Outlaw, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so when that popped out at me, I was like, "Oh, dude, this is amazing." Like the singer's deep and gravelly, and the guitar riffs amazing. And I really like the Scream. And I do love Karabi's voice. Nothing ever against Karabi. He just gelled with a band that I had such appreciation for Vince. I was like, "Sorry, bro, it ain't gonna happen."
Yeah, that's understandable. And like, I will not bring up 94 because I feel like I always bring up 94 when we talk about someone from, these certain bands. But I will say though, this album is awesome. I think I obviously listened to 94 before the Scream. But I just love John Corabi. So I'm like, oh yeah, John Corabi, The Scream. Let's fucking check it out,
Yeah,
And man, like there's bluesy stuff on here. Like you said, Outlaw. That's a
yeah,
great song. That's a great badass song.
totally.
The ballad, or well, I guess you could say there's a couple ballads on here, but the one was Man on the Moon, right?
Mhm.
And then
Yep.
Father, Mother, Son. That's actually a
Mhm.
really good ballad.
Yeah.
But the ballad that I go to a lot and don't skip is "You're All I Need,"
Oh, really?
and not the Molly Crew piece of shit. I know you like that song, but I know you like that song, but this
Unbelievable.
is the true "You're All I Need." I'm sorry, but
Okay, I'll check it out.
oh, okay, so you don't really remember it then, huh?
I don't remember it.
Oh, okay. This will be fun. This will
Okay.
certainly be fun. But no, like I can listen to this song, or I can listen to this album, no problem. Like this is a top 50 hair metal album for me.
Nice.
I will I will not be ashamed to say that to anybody.
Yeah.
Awesome. It is overlooked 91, I believe, and just wrong time, man. Like that's kind of the problem. And any band that's releasing their debut in 91 or 92, more times than not, you're fucked. Like, no
Yeah.
matter how good it is, it could be Back in Black and no one would give a shit.
Yeah.
Hence, Wild Side. So
Yes,
there you go.
exactly.
Um, but man, there are great tracks on this all the way around. I think there are actually 12 tracks on this album too.
Okay.
And I think pretty much all of them do slap. So like I had
Yeah.
no issue with getting bored or just feeling, fatigued from what they're trying to do. Just good and like you said, you said perfectly. John Crabbe's great.
Yeah.
Just not in Motley Crue. So
Yeah. Nothing against him in Motley Crue either. It's just
it just
different.
doesn't work for you. I get it.
No.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
So do we got time for one more, Ryan?
Let's do it.
All right, all right. Sounds good. I think we walked away with a lot of winning tickets today so far. So
Oh,
let's finish off with a good one here.
I'm going
I don't
straight
know
to
if
the
that's
cash.
possible. Oh,
Oh, wow. Wow.
interesting. I don't know.
Okay.
We may have talked about this before, but it's been a while. So, do you have
Yeah.
anything on Casanova for me?
Wow.
This is their
Well,
second album, then.
it is. Yeah. Casanova is one of those sleepers that I didn't actually get any of their stuff or listen to any of their stuff until like the last year or two. And I've known about them from the old Metal Edge days, and like they used to have like the like up and coming bands in the like the black and white section of Metal
Right.
Edge, like in the late 80s. And Casanova was one of those bands that was discussed. And I used to read about that and be like, ooh, I gotta find them, check them out. And I could never really find, I don't even think I own a physical copy of their stuff, but I have streamed them a lot per the suggestion of some folks online and everything. And there was one song on their first album that it grabbed me so much. And of course, I can't think of the title right now, but
Burning
it'll come.
Heart.
Yes.
Okay.
And I was like, this sounds like another song from the genre so much to me, and I couldn't pinpoint what it was, and I still haven't figured it out. But regardless, solid shit. I'm bummed that I ignored these guys, both albums, as long as I did, because I missed out for many years.
Yeah. So this is a German band, like we talked about last time, like Pink Cream 69. This
Hmm.
is another German band. So that actually, like, the more you dig deeper, like, obviously the German bands didn't get big, but they are around,
Oh yeah.
during this time.
Well, it was
And
as if the '90s never occurred for those bands.
right. Yeah.
Really,
That
I mean,
very,
so
yeah.
yeah, like Frontline is another like sweet. I think they're Swedish.
Okay.
Like the Scandinavian bands and the German bands, they just kept cranking out killer shit into the '90s. Like they didn't know any better because they're just because of the way they live, they're a little bit behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. And still kind of doing it to this day.
Yeah.
So awesome shit. But as far as this album goes, but yeah, the first album's good too. I think I do gravitate towards this one more. They did reissue, so that's how I have these two albums. They
Okay.
reissued these two albums earlier this year, so I was like surprisingly right on top of that without trying because I
Oh,
just
cool.
randomly picked them up and I'm like I know this name but I never heard anything, so I just grabbed them, and I'm glad I fucking did because this album is damn good. I'll Come Running. Honestly, even though it's fresh, like in my life within this past year, I might have to say it's a top 50 hair metal or hair metal song. I'll
Damn.
Come
Okay.
Running.
Okay.
Everyone listening right now has to check that out. Amazing chorus, amazing chorus. You will feel like running through a wall, not because it's like heavy and hard and like just great like that. It's just so melodic and like kind of a little bit like Rebel with Rebel Without a Cause from Silent Rage.
Yes.
Like how that chorus is like absolutely amazing.
Yep.
This here is a little bit slightly heavier, but it's not a heavy song. So to, you just have to listen to it because it's absolutely
Okay.
amazing. What,
I will.
God,
Yeah.
I just it moves me, Ryan. It moves me like Mike Tramp moves you. Okay, so
Oh, how nice.
so yeah, you have to check it out now. So, but good album nonetheless. I recommend like there's so much good underground shit.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it's not even funny.
It's
It's
never ending. The beauty of it's never ending.
that's true because like you, like me, like I've been looking for this shit the past 20 years of my life, and I just found this
I
album
know. I know.
this
It's
year.
great.
So
It's
yeah,
great.
awesome shit.
Yeah.
So I think we said our piece. We have another hour plus casino trip here, right? So this
Beautiful.
is awesome. You know, we just keep talking. We can't stop talking. There's nothing wrong with us, right?
No. It's easy to talk about this stuff.
It is, man. It is. But no, thank you so much for coming and spending
Of
some time
course.
here in the casino with me. Please tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah. To X La Selva Nights with a Z, of course. And Instagram RVK1981. And then Metalcast with a K is on all the, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and all that. So yeah, that's it. And appreciate it very much again. And it was cool. We each have some assignments to come away with, and I
Yes.
look forward to yours, and you look forward to mine. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, we'll have to do an update on the next, roulette.
Yeah,
So good deal.
yeah,
All right, man. Yeah, so I will put all the links that you mentioned in the description below. And
yeah.
guys, let us know in the comments what you think of these albums as well. Do you have any story to tell for each of these albums? Because there's plenty of stories here for
Yes,
out of this whole wheel, which is great because that's what's awesome about this. Everyone that comes on here has a story for each of these albums. That's the beauty of music, just to begin with, and
that's
also
right.
of all these albums. So great stuff to hear. And guys, until next time, stay out of that collateral damage. That's Ryan. I'm Crash. We will see you guys later.
Yeah, I wrote that. It's called I Want to Rock Your Body. And then in parentheses it says to the break of dawn.